Hello everyone, welcome to my Gnome Only Ironman series. Meet Gnomely. My name is Army of One, and today marks my official RuneScape YouTube debut. Over the last year, I've been watching a lot of similarly restricted Ironman series myself, and the ingenuity, creativity, and anti-efficiency that has blossomed within the community is something that resonated with me very strongly. Every new snowflake episode that dropped from whichever content creator gave me the urge to make my own, and after months of watching, thinking and wanting, I have finally decided to start doing. It was my time to jump on the bandwagon. I sat down one Sunday morning and pulled up the old school wiki, a tournament world, and got stuck in for 12 hours straight. After hours and hours of testing, writing, planning, excitement, and second guessing, it all resulted in the finalized plans for my account. I have decided to restrict myself to the Gnome Kingdom of RuneScape, training and building my account in only the following areas: the Tree Gnome Stronghold, the Tree Gnome Village, Crash Island, and Ape Atoll. These are the four main areas I will be spending the vast majority of my time, but I have also allowed myself access to the following areas for reasons that I will explain. The first is the Piscatoris Hunting Peninsula. Hunter being the most recent skill to old school RuneScape, its training areas remain unfortunately localized. Many Ironmen have been putting themselves through the brutal lamping method to obtain Hunter levels for Implings, and I heavily respect them for it. However, with the way I have planned this account, Hunter plays a large role in its progress, so I have decided to allow myself an area in which I can train the skill. I will still, however, have to lamp up to level 3. The next area is the Shipyard. This relatively unknown area is visited during Monkey Madness and is never really returned to, but I have allowed myself access to it, as by doing so I have the ability to use the charter ship stores, which are extremely useful for both crafting and indirectly herb lore. I feel like it fits the theme too, as the shipyard is owned by a gnome and there is another gnome present there. Thirdly, I have allowed myself the ability to trade with Rassalo, the Wandering Merchant. Laying just outside of the Gnome Stronghold boundaries, he holds some very important items for crafting and construction, among others, and giving myself access to him will mean I will have to make a lot less exceptions. Now, for the exceptions I will be making. As of recording this voiceover, I've already completed the 3 pre-start exception quests, which you should be seeing me do now. These quests are Cook's Assistant, Rune Mysteries, and the usual Druidic Ritual to unlock herb lore. I'll talk about why I did Rune Mysteries a bit later on, and the reason I did Cook's Assistant should soon become self-explanatory. I've always been a quest guy, and they were a big reason I stayed playing the game even during its darker periods, so it only fits that the end goal of this account is to complete Monkey Madness 2. It's a quest I've never done before, and one I'm extremely excited to be able to experience. The Snowflake account is something that I feel will only enhance that experience. However, I have had to play numerous quest-related exceptions to be able to get the requirements, with one of them being quite hefty. The pre-quests for Monkey Madness 2 are Enlightened Journey, The Eyes of Glaufrey, Freeing King Awawoge from Recipe for Disaster, Troll Stronghold, Watchtower, and Monkey Madness 1. I will be allowing myself one-time access to the areas required to do the above quests. I am currently tossing up whether I keep access to Entrana after I complete Enlightened Journey, however, and here's why. The island would be locked behind difficult requirements, just one being 75 woodcutting, which I have to get with a steel axe. And on the island, not only do I unlock a herb lore shop, I also get another furnace, another altar, and potentially the ability to craft lore runes. Coincidentally, Troll Stronghold rewards the lore talisman, and Brimstale in the Gnome Stronghold offers teleports to the rune essence mine. If one day I was ever crazy enough to lamp to 54 rune crafting, I'd have a seriously awesome piece of content unlocked. Unfortunately, I don't think it's realistic, but why not try? There is also one stat requirement that I cannot obtain strictly in my designated areas without insane luck, and that is level 69 Slayer. I do have an idea for an exception, however I don't unlock access to the Slayer Master until 85 combat, so we'll leave that for the future. Outside the quest exceptions, I've also given myself some items exception for the ease of this account's progression. I know it might sound like cheating, as a lot of snowflakes haven't done this, but considering that teasing sticks sometimes wash up on the shores of Karamja, and small fishing nets fall from the sky, anything could happen, right? So why not just make the exception now? These are a pestle and mortar, a big fishing net, a harpoon, secateurs, a spade, a fly fishing rod, a saw, and a player-owned house. I have also purchased hunting gear, which I have limited to a noose wand, 5 bird snares, 5 box traps, a butterfly net, and 1 butterfly jar. I'm extremely excited to play this account, having been so vigorously inspired by so many content creators, both old and new. That being said, I think it's time I stop talking and log back in to truly begin the adventure. Firstly, I need some GP so that I can get some basic tools. I can purchase an iron axe, a knife, and combat gear from Golic & Sons on the 3rd floor of the Grand Tree. The axe and knife are very important because fletching is going to be my main moneymaker for quite a while. In the meantime though, I've decided to make my starting cash by picking flax. You can sell these to the general store at the Gnome Village for 1 to 2 GP, and a few inventories of this should get me enough money to get me started with some basic tools. Alright, so I've got about 200 flax now, which should get me about, I don't know, maybe 300 GP if I'm lucky. Maybe it's probably about closer to 250, I'm not sure, but it should be enough to get me some basic starter items. I'm just hoping that I don't get, kicked off world hopping because I hop too many times, but we'll see how it goes. Unfortunately, walking is my only method of getting between the stronghold and the village right now. Once I get the 2 quests done, I'll be able to use the spirit trees, which is going to be so much better. I wish there was a general store in the gnome stronghold, but this will be fine for now. Alright, here goes. Luckily it's not multi-combat, but if I take a 4 I might not make it past the wolves, if I even have to go past them. Oop, bad start. It's alright though. We'll make it, we'll be fine. And we've made it safely. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was. I'm glad for that, because if I'd lost all the flax I've been pretty sad. I may as well start the quest while I'm here if I can. Where's Bolrin? Alright, let's start this quest real quick. Oh sweet, that unlocks the follow route. I didn't think it would be that easy. Awesome. Oh no, wait, no, I want to be at the general store, mate. What are you doing? Let's go back. Awesome. Alright, let's go get some GP, eh? Here we go, mate. And look, I can vote at the polls as well. Hide poll results. Alright. How much are we going to get? We're going to get 2 GP. We're going to sell you. Can we pick up you? Yes, we can. That's a good start. And can we pick up you? Yes, we can. That's also a good start. Let's... 1 GP. Might sell 5 of them. That's 5 GP. What are we getting? 1 more. And that should be it. 1 more. Awesome. So we get 9 GP per world. Alright, let's pick up this, pick up this. I won't buy anything else for now, I don't think. Alright, let's start hopping. Well, that didn't take very long. Alright, so that's the final world. We got just under 200 GP, but I did buy some arrows and some other things, so it equals to a little bit more than 200 GP. I was going to buy some more arrows, but then I realised I can just buy them at the gnome stronghold anyway, so I don't really need to waste any money here. Alright, so we're going to go back, get a short bow, get a rake, get an axe, get a knife, and then we can really start getting our skills up. The first place I'm going to stop is up here in Golic & Sons. This boy right here, he's got the goods for me. How much is a short bow? 50 GP. It's tough, but we'll do it. Iron axe, 56 GP. I can start woodcutting. I'll also be able to train fletching with these in the future, which is pretty awesome, and it's some pretty cheap ammo. Yeah, look at that, 7 GP for a steel arrowhead. It's going to be some pretty cheap ammo for training rangers as well. Right, the next place I'm going to be going is all the way over here. And I'm very, very lucky because this dude over here is going to have the way I can train crafting. Look at that, buy a knife, 6 GP. I don't think there's anything else of much value here, except this is going to be useful in the future, I think, for making pizzas and making pies as well, which is like pretty handy because the whole thing's here. We can get meat pies, I think, because I think there's giant rats below the stronghold. But anyway, the last item I do think I'm gonna need will be a rake, and y'all know what that means. Alright, can you sell me something? I need a rake, thanks. 15, oh that's better than I thought. That's definitely a fair price. So it's about that time, everyone. This is what I hope you will subscribe for. One, two, and 3. Look at that. My farming XP is 12. And luckily for me, I've actually got another farming patch just right over here. So my raking content is actually going to be twice as much as usual. I've also got a third patch available outside the maze if I want to give it to myself. I'm not quite sure yet. It's just outside the maze. I'm not sure if I'm going to include it in my restrictions or not. I don't think I'll need to at this stage, because 2 patches should be enough, and one's a tree and one's a fruit tree, and that's just another fruit tree patch, so it's not really that important, but I'll think about it. So this marks the end of the first episode. Now that I've got the means for the levels, in the next episode I'm hoping to tackle with the Khazad Warlord, and I'll also discuss what kind of unlocks I can expect as I go forward with the crest grind, and what unusual difficulties I'll have to overcome. Just making this video has been such a thrilling experience, and I can't wait to both build this account into a fully fledged snowflake, and also share it with the world. The Gnome Lands and Quest series have been some of my favourite parts of RuneScape for over a decade now. Damn, I feel old. And the thought of restricting myself to them for an entire account is something that's finally inspired me to commit to the game again. There's so many things I can't wait to unlock, places to explore, and quests to complete, and I hope that it's enjoyable to watch it as it is to play. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching, and with that being said, my name is Army of One, and I'll see you in the next episode.